Pre-game warm up. Yeah, if you're tuning in early, waiting for the class to start, go do some laps. Remember that in high school? Show up for gym class, you're the first one out of the change room, and you're like, yeah. And then the coach or the gym teacher says, since you're so eager, go do some laps. All right, winding down for our on-time departure. You all set to take off? Have a good class? Good. You can just do some limbering stuff. Movement, rhythmic movement. It helps to limber up the body. Some people think I talk when I'm nervous, but I just like to talk. There's a comedian that did this show. I forgot what his name is, but it was called Defending the Caveman. And he used to say men, from an anthropological perspective, like all through the history of mankind, developed a very limited amount of vocabulary they would use. So he said they had basically 2,000 words. And I'm trying to use up all of mine right now. Per day, yeah, 2,000 words per day. I guess there's a definition of time. All right. Let's just check on something here. All right. Oh, the bosses showed up. Make like you're busy. All right. 10 o'clock. Let's get the party going. Is that showtime? It is showtime. All right, let's start the show then. What are we waiting for? Let's bring our feet the width of the mat, and let's turn the sides of your feet to run parallel with the mat. Let's take your hips and like slowly move them from side to side. Yeah. So much on cue of like slow rhythmic music or movement, that is. There's Sue tuning in. Good morning, Sue.
Morning.
All right, we are underway. And then let's bring our hip all the way over to the left. I want you to feel or register what it feels like in the foot and how the left foot should have a little more weight bearing, not a lot, but a little more than the right. Do the same thing over on the opposite side. And then let's take it back to the left and then bring the left arm straight up above the head and then bring it across the midline of the body and push the left hip out to the left and take the left arm and reach it up and across the middle of the body. You kind of pull the arm straight, take a deep breath. As you exhale that, come back up and then start on the opposite side. Right hip pushes out, right arm sweeps to the sky. Oh, feel all those side body muscles having a nice opportunity to lengthen up. Pull the arm a little longer if you can. And as you come back up to standing, bring the hands straight out in front, shoulder height, palms are turned to face. Take your butt back, hollow out your belly. Make that effort to engage those abdominal muscles. Now give me a proud chest as you hollow out the belly. Take the hands, reach them forward, pull them to the sky. Arms are straight. Big inhale, and as you exhale, pull your butt back, bend through your knees, bring your fingertips down to the floor, walk your hands forward and step your legs back. Our first plank of the day. It won't be the last, so just enjoy now. It's in fact warming up the muscles. We're gonna pull our hips up and back. Kind of a modified down dog. We're not trying to really work into the depth of this pose right now. As we come back to plank, we're just oscillating between up or down dog, sorry, and plank. As you pull your hips up and back this time, gently lower the knees towards the earth and then gently bring them down upon the earth. Pull the hips back and walk the hands forward as we come into child's pose. We're going to use this to kind of open up the shoulder socket, little capsules that our shoulders sit into. But give me a proud chest, a hollowed out belly.
Pull the back of the head off. Sorry, pull the back of the head up so the forehead's not upon our mats. And make sure your forearms are up also. Take your fingers, spread them out widely. Walk your hands forward just a little more. And now let's do two things simultaneously. Let's pull the back of the head to the sky as we make the proud chest of ours push towards the earth. And feel just a little deeper release through the shoulders, the muscles in the back. Now let's walk the hands back under the shoulders. In our quadruped position, let's separate the knees, hands, both equal, and they're both about the width, so it's slightly wider than our shoulders. Let your head fall. Hollow out your belly and kind of try to pull the pubis area towards the front of the body or towards your chin as the head just kind of dangles. Now, reverse that. Our cat and cow. Pull the back of the head to the sky. Try not to push off to the earth. I want the shoulder capsules kind of down and more nestled in that spot, if you will. Proud chests. Hollow out the belly as you try to roll your tailbone towards the sky. Big arch. Now lengthen by pulling the head higher to the sky without pushing through the arms. We're just lifting that spine, making it a little longer through the upper portion of it. And then reverse. Let the head fall. Let it dangle. Hollow out the belly. Tuck under. As you release the breath, come back to a neutral spine. Let's take your knees up off the earth. Pull your hips up and back to down dog. Now, in this abbreviated stance, so that we're not like really extended with feet and hands, we're relatively close together. Let's drive the heels towards the earth. And if you can, bring them down onto the earth. And don't go. That's fine. Don't force it. I'm still warming up. Nice. Now, step your feet forward. Let's pull that booty back and feel most of the weight bearing into the heels. Now, as you maintain that pull back of your booty, let's extend the spine as you inhale, and let's extend the neck as you pull the back of the head towards the sky. Fingertips are lightly touching. There's not a lot of weight bearing through the arms. Let's pull the shoulders towards the sky. So your fingertips lift off the earth. Now, drop the hips by bending through the knees and then unhinge through the hips, stand tall. Pull your shoulders up to the ears. Good morning. Rotate the palms to face forward and then keep rotating them so they go out to the sides of the body. Nice external rotation. Pull the head high, pull the chin into the neck. Let's inhale and exhale. Just hold out here for a few moments. Let's center our body. We've discussed this in previous classes. Moving through the legs and hips and everything else so the weight bearing feels equal through the foot. The notice of the pad of the foot and the heel registering contact with your mat. The ball of each big toe. And now we've got a nice centering. Let's bring the arms up, shoulder height, palms are facing the sky. If your thumbs aren't rotated towards your backside, do so now, and then use them to pull your straight arms back, hollow out the belly. Bring the hands all the way up to the sky, bring the palms to touch, and bring hands over heart. Nice. Let's keep retracted through the shoulders. Let's pull the elbows in and then pull them backwards. And then make little fists of the hands with thumbs pointing to the sky. If you feel a nice opening across the chest, that's good. That's what we're trying to get to. With that nice activation across the shoulders, across the back, let's pull your butt back and fold about 45-degree angle and then come back up. We're going to increase the depth of this over some repetitions. As you feel the chains of muscle along the backside of your body, your glutes and hamstrings start to be more accepting, try to increase the range of motion. And if you can bring the upper body below the horizontal,
You can go there. And if it's not quite ready, take your time. When you're ready, let's meet in a standing position. Let's push the hands forward. Palms have turned to face. If they're not present there, separate your fingers nice and wide. Beautiful. Let's take your butt, pull it back. The knees are going to start to bend. Let's keep the upper body proud and tall. We are deepening the movement here by lowering the hips and trying to maintain the weight bearing mostly to the heels. Although I'll say my ball of each big toe is still contacting my mat. English is a good thing to learn how to speak if you're going to be teaching class in English, yes. Now, raise the arms, stand tall, inhale, extend, pull the fingers to the sky. Let the shoulders rise out of those little capsules we were talking about earlier. And then use the muscles that help to guide those capsules back down and into place. Let's lower the hands and arms shoulder height, keeping the fingers working to separate widely. Pull your butt back and start to lower it. See if you can increase the range of motion, much like we were doing earlier. Now come back up, sweep the hands to the sky, pull everything to the sky, hollow out your belly, look up to the fingertips, lower the head, draw the chin in, lower the arms, shoulder height, pull the butt back, start to lower. Increase the range of motion. Come back up, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands, arms, shoulder height, butt back, butt down. Lower if you can. Hold here. Raise the arms. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, full forward fold. Welcome to the class as you step back to plank. I'm starting to feel like work. That's more than a warm-up. Now pull your hips up and back. Our down dog, we're going to play with it a little bit. Push high to the toes. Drive the heels to the earth. Pull the back of the head away from the front of the body. And pull the chest through the arms towards your legs. Come back to plank. Let's sink into the shoulders. And as you do so, hollow out your belly and pull the back of the head high. And then pull your hips up and back to down dog. Take your left leg, lift it to the sky. Oops. So I'm right in the way of the deck. Step that left foot forward. We're framing that foot between the hands. The hands are framing the foot, sorry. As you inhale, extend the back. As you exhale, let's lower that hip. Try to get about a 90-degree bend or your best version of that in that left knee. Take the right heel, drive it to the earth. So the right leg is relatively straight. As you inhale, extend the spine, lower the butt, and then elevate through the hips. Through the chest. We're lifting up. I'm going to come to a slightly more vertical position, but to do so, I'd like you to bend the back knee. So we have a nice release over that front right hip as we bring hands over heart. Beautiful. Now, engaging posterior muscles, in this case of the leg. If your knee is forward of that toe or foot, let's draw backwards by bending the back knee and pulling that butt back so that it's almost centered between front and back foot. Push your hands to the sky. Nice. Now, we're going to ask ourselves or give permission to ourselves to keep the knee back of the heel of the left foot. So the left knee back, push everything to the sky. You're going to feel that left gluteal, hopefully, kind of activate. Let's lean in and then sweep the arms down. Open the palms to face the earth. Now, if you're struggling with balance, I'd like you to take a second here and figure out how to get control through that midsection, the core. So once we have it, we're going to bring the arms forward, up, and then we're going to pull the thumbs to the sky. As you inhale and as you exhale, we're going to sweep the arms back. So you'll notice how the hands have a rotation. Palms facing forward as the hands sweep back. Palms turn to face as we elevate and lift up with the arms. Sweep it back, hold. Now, side pose. I'm just going to give you a little perspective here. If you are vertical with the upper body and hanging out in these legs, I'd like you to be more active. So we push with the legs and we hinge forward and we keep that inclination of the body as we reach up with the sky, the arms, whoops, and sweep down with the arms. If you notice your left butt cheek is active and going, yikes, good, that's this exercise. We're working the system of muscles through the posterior chain that allow the back to function a little better and gain some strength. Let's sweep back. Remember, on breath, inhale up, higher, and then all the way back. Now, bring hands over heart. Take the right foot, step it forward. Push the hands to the sky. You're welcome. I could feel it too. I know it was there. Fold forward. Step back plank. For our pectoralis, our chest muscles. Like those fancy words, don't you? My wife goes, why do you keep saying those fancy words? Now let's do a push up. Where are you going with it? Hang on. Knees down if you need. Push up. And now pull up and back to down dog. Oh. These exercises with posterior muscles, or focus on them in any event. So it should feel nice holding this down dog position. And this is just the calm before the storm on the other side. Let's take the right leg, elevate it, and then step it up. That right foot is framed by the hands. Let's bend the right knee and lower your butt. It doesn't have to be a 90-degree angle. I'm just saying that if we had a target to shoot for, that would be nice. If it doesn't go that low, that's fine. Now, unhinge through the hips. We're going to spine nice and long. I'm going to raise up. And as we do so, we're going to bend that back knee. And we're going to sink the body a little bit. Bring hands over heart. And push the hands to the sky. Now, from the legs, push everything to the sky. You notice how everything kind of elevates. Let's lean in and let's begin. Let's let the arms sweep down, back. And then we're using breath to facilitate movement. Inhale up, higher, exhale lower. Keep going. What we're looking for and what you're looking for is the limits of the range, is where we find the biggest gain. So instead of just lifting, lift higher. More muscle activation, more muscle recruitment. Same thing with the back. Instead of just holding back, sweep back a little deeper. You'll notice how it changes the dynamic of muscle activation in the movement. The two between points are more inconsequential. They just allow you to arrive at the destination where the work starts. Hands pull back. Inhale, hands reach up. Make it count. Higher and then back. Deeper back. All the way up. Inhale. Exhale. If you notice burning, that is good. Why? Not because fire is good, but in our body, that fire is the sign of muscle fatiguing, which means it has an opportunity to change. And that kind of change is good, right? Inhale. Now hold, lift a little higher. Exhale, sweep back, Sweep back a little more. One more time up. One more time back. As we come up, to bring hands over heart, step the back foot forward. Oh, hands to the sky. Time stands still for no man. Let's fold forward, step back plank. Give me a push up. Pull up and back to down dog. Oh, how good does that feel? Come back to your plank. Pull up and back to down dog. Try to pull a little higher and try to drive your heels a little closer to the earth as you pull your butt higher to the sky. And then bend the knees. Pull your butt higher to the sky. And then bend your knees and pull your butt a little higher to the sky. And then come back to plank. Come down onto all fours. Pull your hips back as you walk your hands forward. So, with the exception of the knees and your tucked under toes and the palms of your hands, every other aspect of your body is above the ground. Let's pull the hips backwards, walk the hands forward a little more. Let's shift side to side. All right, now we're going to simply go for a little walk with our hands. So let's take your left hand, step it out about an inch or two to the left. Take the right hand, move it to the left, and keep repeating. We're going to walk your hands so we have a nice lateral release. In this case, because we're moving left, the right side of the body has to lengthen. Walk forward with the hands and then walk a little more to the left. And then let's walk them back center. And then go the opposite way. Walk your hands forward a little more and then more to the right. And then come back center and back up onto all fours. Hello. Now, sink into the shoulders. Pull your hips back and then modify a push-up. So come down just so your forehead's above the mat and then push back up. Nice. Now, butt back, spine long. So we're not going into flexion. We're going to keep the spine long and engaged. Hollow out the belly. Come on down. Just above the earth, just above the mat, of course. Push back up. Nice. And then finally, spine long, neck long. Pull the back of the head towards the sky. Hollow out the belly. Come just above your mat surface. Push back up. Great. Now, walk your hands out to plank. Back in our plank. Pull up and back to down dog. Step or jump forward. As you inhale, extend to a flat back. Step your right foot forward and your left foot back, and then turn sideways to your mat. Let's separate feet nice and wide. Oh, you turn around so we could be head to head? Nice. It's a dual. We're head to head. Yeah. So the importance of this is very much, sorry, the importance of about yeah. So this exercise has many different forms, but we were trying to work some very specific muscles. So I'd like you to pull your butt backwards. And you'll notice that the weight heel
The weight's more in the heel than it is in the ball or the front part of the foot. And if you don't feel that, you haven't pulled back far enough. So keep pulling back. Spine flexion, let the head fall and pull your butt back. Now, there's a lot of places we can feel this. Me in particular, I feel it in my inner thighs. And then in my hamstrings. As I inhale, I'm extending my back and I'm walking my hands under my shoulders. You'll notice that my head has not fallen off the body. It actually has some purposefulness. I'm pulling the back of the head to the sky. And my back's almost in tabletop position. We're just hanging out here for a few breaths, letting muscles that typically get shortened from sedentary behaviors, sitting in particular. And that pull you feel is actually tissue lengthening, sometimes tearing, because it's adhesion in it. This is why stretching is important. It allows the reestablishment of better length in the muscles that become short due to our inactivity. All right, so now we've kind of got a little bit of length to it. I'm going to keep the spine nice and engaged. If you have any discomfort in the lower back, you can unhinge a little bit and bring your forearms or hands onto your thighs. But if you can, you'll get more benefit from doing this with hands on earth and spine nice and long. Let's pull back a little more, just ever so slightly. And while we work through these motions, I want you to register what's going on in your feet. I want the heels to feel particularly loaded. Take the left hand out beside the body. Take the left shoulder and then open it about 5-6 inches. We've rotated probably about 10 degrees tops just to get some spinal rotation. Little or no stress in the shoulder. Most of the work is happening in our spinal column muscles. Let's lower the left hand, bring out the right, check in with the heels. Don't float forward. Right shoulder elevates ever so slightly. And then lower. Right hand, and then left hand. As you inhale, you're opening, and as you exhale, you're coming back down to resting. Opposite side, inhale, open, and now you got it. Keep going. Like our conversation earlier, the journey between the 2 points is more inconsequential. It's when we arrive at that point that we need that extra little bit of effort to create that deeper activation. Okay, what? Oh, how many more do we have to do?
My body's going numb.
Your body's going numb. Oh, is everyone else's body going numb? Is it just Kirsten? I think it's just you. All right, let's keep the feet nice and wide and then bring the hands up under the thighs and come up to a standing position where we're feet nice and wide. Oh. Let's bring our hands out beside the body. Nice. Reach to the sky. And then lower back down. Palms flip, sweep, and then lower. And keep going. All right, lower, hold. Bring the hands out in front. Interlock the fingers. Flip the palms. Sweep up. Hollow at the belly. Come over to the left. Come over to the right.
Come back over to the left. And keep going. Bring hands back over heart as we center the body. Fold forward. One more time. Walk the feet in. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Exhale, fold all the way down, step back to plank. Pull your hips up and back to down dog. Push high under the toes. Drive the heels to the earth. Take the left leg to the sky. Step that left foot forward. Let's lower that right heel to the earth. As you inhale, extend the spine, come up into warrior position. As the left arm raises, sweep the right arm back. Flip that left palm. As we let the left arm raise to the sky, let that right hand drift towards the back of the leg or leg itself. Push the hips high to the sky. Come almost to straight legs in both legs. Reach that hand a little higher to the sky. Pull the arms straight if you can. Now bend that front knee. Push the knee cap as far forward as your body will allow. Beautiful. Reach the hand straight up to the sky and then sweep it backwards. As you inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, let's sweep everything forward. Come up from the toes of the back foot. Step the front foot back. Back to plank we are. Give me a push up. Push up. Pull your hips up and back to down dog. Push high to the toes. Drive the heels to the earth. Right leg reaches to the sky. Right foot steps forward. Left heel finds its place on earth as we unhinge the hips. Push everything high, sweep the arms into place. Flip that right palm to the sky and walk it, sweep it back. Let the left hand fall on that back leg. Pull, pull, pull along the arm. Nice. Let the right knee bend. Let the kneecap push forward into the toe space. Reach that right arm high, 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 and then sweep it back. As you release the breath, everything sweeps forward. Toes, you come up on the mat, back foot, step the right foot back, pull up and back to down dog. Beautiful. Step or jump forward the feet. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend the knees even more. Take the hands, reach them forward, stand tall, sweep the arms to the sky. Beautiful. Fold all the way forward. Let's bend the knees and lower that booty. Inhale, extend the spine. Bend the knees even more. Inhale, sweep the hands forward, stand tall. Nice. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Knees bend. Bend them even more. Now hold. Try to take your big toes, take the ball of each of them, push that into the mat, and then try to rotate those big toes towards each other. Inhale, extend. Arms forward, all the way up. Nice. Exhale, fold all the way down. Take the heels this time. Try to externally rotate them without moving. Isometric is our activation. Lower your butt even more. Try to keep that rotation. Realize as the arms reach forward, as you inhale, stand tall. Exhale, fold all the way down. Step back to the plank. Pull your hips up and back to down dog. Left leg to the sky. Step it forward. Keep up on the toes of that back foot this time. As you inhale,
lengthen each vertebrae of the spine. Now, bend that left knee, keep the butt low, and start to unhinge through the hips. I'd like you to take that back knee and then bend it ever so slightly. I want to give us some room and some levity here. Make it a little nice for us. So you kind of work some different specific stretches. Let's bring hands over heart. I'd like to find a balance between the weight bearing front to back. Push your hands to the sky. Nice. Now, keeping that back knee bent, try to grow the spine. Use the hands to pull the shoulders high to the sky, and then slightly come across the midline of the body. So we're going into spinal flexion to the side, not front to back, to the side. Come back center, bring hands over heart. As we interlock the fingers, push the palms forward. Now we're going to change the dynamic of this. Sweep the hands to the sky. As you inhale, extend. Try to keep grounded. Try to keep lengthened. If the low back is feeling this, the wrong spot's feeling it. So bend the knees, a little more deeper if you need to. A little deeper, sorry, more deeper is redundant. Yeah. Come back center. Bring your hands over heart. Step the back foot forward. Push your hands to the sky. I know, that's a big, deep stretch. Fold forward. Step back to your plank. Pull up and back to down dog. Right leg reaches to the sky. Right foot steps forward. As you inhale, extend. Unhinge. Left knee bends. We're actively working, so we're not just hanging out, we're actively working, but we have nice positional awareness. We're not stressing the low back. Push the hands to the sky. Arms are straight. Weight balance equal, front to back, extend to the right. Come back center, hands come back over heart. Interlock the fingers, flip the palms, sweep the arms, inhale, extend. I feel it more on this side than on my opposite side. Come back center, hands heart, back foot steps forward.
That's why we did it shorter.
Exactly. That's why the length of that wasn't as long as the other side. Push the hands to the sky. It should be the opposite though. Fold all the way forward. That was your good side?
Yeah.
Wow, me too. Step back, plank. Give me one push up. Come down onto your knees. Oh, as you walk your hands back, walk your feet forward, come into a seated position. Cheers to you. Cheers to Sue. Val and Karen and Mark. Yes.
I like this.
Yes. Well, that was a lot of work for our bodies. Great job. Now, let's lie down on our mats. And say goodnight. All right, so as we lie down on our mats, I'm gonna ask you to kind of rock forward and back on the pelvic girdle itself. So the pelvis is kind of rolling back, which is really like your tailbone per se. I'd like you to find a spot where feels like there's a lot of pressure on it. And then I'd like you to try to take the lower back itself and try to flatten it out to reduce any pressure on the tailbone. And as you do that, hollow out your belly. That's going to help you kind of get there. That's the muscle that helps that stabilize this movement. And then we're using some of our other muscles. Excuse me, what did you say? Oh. Take your hands straight up above your chest. Your palms are turning the face. And then bring the palms together and interlock the fingers. Let's take your shoulder blades and try to flatten them out. So they're not, you know, how we have that bony ridge of the shoulder blades, like try to find the big flat part of the shoulder blades. So we're going to roll down by kind of like keeping the arms straight and then using the hands to kind of pull down on, which is really the muscles on the back, of course. And when you find those shoulder blades as flat as you can get them, let's start to raise the hands, sweep the hands towards the back. And you'll notice how funny things may be happening relative to the shoulder blades. So we have a lot of internal rotation going on here. And what we're going to do when we get back is we're going to release that internal rotation pressure by releasing the hands and then taking the palms with our thumbs touching and opening the sky, and then turning the thumbs high to the sky so the palms are rotated away from the body. Nice. So we're going to bring our hands higher above our head, behind our head, above or behind. And then come back up and extend both legs straight out. So right now it's the back of the hands that are facing each other. The thumbs should be aiming towards the front, towards the toes, feet. Let's lower the thumbs, keeping these shoulder blades as flat as possible. And then turning the palms to face. And then opening the palms to the sky. And then bringing the palms with arms long all the way up so that the palms face backwards. And then sweeping the arms behind us. Got a bunch of decking in my way here, so it might look a little awkward for me, but anyways, try your best. And then bring the hands back up. And then take your feet and bring them back flat onto the earth. And then take your right leg and cross it over the left. We're going to keep the ball of the left foot and the inside portion of that left heel connected to our earth. And I'm going to use the right leg, and so shall you, to help pull the left knee towards the right side of the body. Our goal is not to pull it down onto the earth. It's simply to start the release of the muscles over the hip. And when you get that, find a depth of release that works for you today. And take the left hand, reach it to the sky, straight up. And then reach it straight back. And then start to angle it away from the body till it's about 45 degrees. And then pull. Use the fingers to pull the arm along. You're not bending through the elbow, we're lengthening. You're going to feel this intensify all through the side, particularly over the hip. And then come back up and then resituate the body. Left leg crossing right. The ball of the right toe, the big toe that is, the inside of the heel of that same foot, becoming our hinge point as we pull the right knee towards the left side. Take the right arm straight up and into the sky. Bring it directly back over your head. And then start to angle it away from the body. On your next breath, let's all meet with our feet flat on the earth. And when you're ready, pull your knees up and into your chest. Bring your forehead up to meet your knees, and let's rock forward to back without coming up yet. Just rock forward to back. And then come all the way up. Oh, cross your legs as you see fit to do so. Make the spine nice and long. Let's take the chin and rotate it to the right. And let's drop it down towards the shoulders. You notice how muscle confusion often sets in when muscles are tight. To get to the point where the shoulder and chin are close, people will often pull their shoulder up. Don't do that. Lift the chin, bring it back center, go over the opposite side. Let the chin rotate down towards the left shoulder. Elevate center. Let the chin drop down towards the chest. Let's rise, draw in. Give me a proud chest as you bring hands over heart. And let me thank you for your great participation today. Thanks for joining us. Namaste. Nice.
Feels so much better.
Hello.
Hello. How are you doing?